the Trapmaker who fell into his own trap. Why Zhao Gao turned against Li Si. Li Si helped build the trap. But because he helped build it, he also knew how it worked. He knew how Fusu had been removed. He knew how Huhai, the second emperor of Qin, had taken the throne. And he knew what had happened after the first emperor died at Sand Dune Platform. At first, this made Li Si useful. Later, it made him dangerous. Because a regime built on secrecy can never fully trust the people who know the secret. Welcome to the Dragon Archive, where Chinese history is told through story, evidence, and the shadows left behind. In the previous episode, we followed the fall of the Meng brothers. General Meng Tian had been separated from the Northern Army. Meng Yi had been removed from the court. One brother represented frontier military power. The other represented memory inside the old imperial administration. After they were gone, one man still remained at the center of power. He was not Zhao Gao's open enemy. He was Zhao Gao's partner, Chancellor Li Si, and that made him more dangerous. To understand why Zhao Gao turned against Li Si, we have to return to 210 BCE. That year, the First Emperor of Qin was on an imperial inspection tour. On the return journey, he became seriously ill and died at Sand Dune Platform in present-day Hebei. This was not simply the death of a ruler. It was the disappearance of the one man whose command held the Qin Empire together. Qin was powerful, but it was also under enormous pressure. Strict laws, military expansion, road construction, frontier defense, palace projects, tomb construction, and heavy labor all required constant obedience. As long as the first emperor lived, his authority could hold that pressure inside the system. But when he died, the center suddenly disappeared, and his death was not announced. The imperial convoy continued moving, as if the emperor were still alive. Inside this hidden moment, three people stood near the center of decision-making. Zhao Gao, the official close to imperial documents and the emperor's carriage office. Li Si, Chancellor of Qin. And Huhai, the younger son of the first emperor. According to the historical records, the original imperial command was connected to Fusu, the eldest son. Fusu was away from the capital, near the northern command where General Meng Tian was stationed. If Fusu returned and took the throne, Zhao Gao's future would become uncertain. Li Si's future might also change. So at Sand Dune Platform, a decision was made. The emperor's death would remain hidden. The original succession would not be allowed to take effect. A new command would be issued in the dead emperor's name. Fusu was ordered to die. Meng Tian was removed from command. Huhai became the second emperor of Qin. This was the Sand Dune conspiracy. It happened in 210 BCE. At first, Zhao Gao and Li Si looked like allies. They had shared the same risk. They had shared the same secret. They had helped place the same emperor on the throne. But this kind of alliance is unstable. It is not built on trust. It is built on a shared crime. A shared crime can hold people together for a short time. But later, it turns them into threats to one another. Because each man knows what the other has done. And each man can become a witness. This was the first problem between Zhao Gao and Li Si. But there was another problem. Their power came from different places. Li Si controlled the administrative system. He was chancellor. His power came from law, documents, officials, reports, punishments, taxes, and procedure. He belonged to the machinery of government. Zhao Gao controlled something different. He controlled access to the emperor. He controlled what the second emperor heard, what he saw, what he feared, and what he believed. In a stable government, Li Si's position should have been stronger. A chancellor should matter more than a palace official. But after 210 BCE, The Qin court was no longer stable. It was built around an isolated emperor. And in such a court, access could defeat office. The man who controls the emperor's ears can destroy the man who controls the government. This was the real conflict. Li Si needed the state to function. Zhao Gao needed the emperor to remain dependent. Li Si needed information to reach the throne. Zhao Gao needed information to be filtered before it reached the throne. These two systems could cooperate for a while, but they could not coexist forever. After Huhai became the second emperor, the empire did not become stable. It only changed rulers. The pressures left by the first emperor remained. Large projects continued. Severe laws remained. Local officials still had to enforce central orders. But the new emperor did not have the authority of the first emperor. He inherited the throne. He did not inherit the ability to command the empire. By 209 BCE, the cracks became visible. In the 7th month of the first year of the second emperor's reign, Chen Sheng and Wu Guang were leading conscripted men toward Yuyang. They were delayed by heavy rain at Dazexiang. According to the historical tradition, under Qin law, failure to arrive on time could mean death. So they rebelled. The Dazexiang uprising began in 209 BCE. It did not destroy Qin immediately, but it showed that the empire was no longer simply obeying. For Li Si, this was a serious warning. He was chancellor. His role was to keep the administrative system alive. If rebellions spread, if local officials lost control, if command lines broke down, the Qin state could collapse. Li Si looked outward and saw an empire under pressure. Zhao Gao looked inward and saw a different danger. He saw anyone who could still reach the emperor as a threat. This is the difference between governing logic and palace logic. Li Si needed the emperor to understand the empire. Zhao Gao needed the emperor to understand the empire only through him. That is why Zhao Gao could not simply rely on Li Si to stabilize the situation. Li Si was useful, but he was not safe. He knew the law. He knew the bureaucracy. He knew how Qin had been governed after unification. And he knew what had happened at Sand Dune Platform. So Li Si was not only a minister, he was a witness. And a witness inside the office of Chancellor was dangerous. Why did Li Si not strike first? Li Si was not foolish. He understood law, administration, and political procedure. But he misjudged the nature of power after Huhai's accession. Li Si believed in position. He was chancellor. He had rank, documents, and official channels. He may have believed that Zhao Gao was still only a powerful court insider. But Zhao Gao controlled access. And after Huhai became emperor, access became more important than position. Li Si could write a memorial. Zhao Gao could block it. Li Si could warn the emperor. Zhao Gao could reinterpret the warning. Li Si could speak of danger. Zhao Gao could call that speech disloyal. This is how a ruler becomes sealed off from reality. Not because every gate is closed, but because every message must pass through someone who controls the truth. Li Si also had another problem. He could not expose Zhao Gao without exposing himself. If he attacked Zhao Gao over the Sand Dune conspiracy, he would have to explain what happened at Sand Dune Platform. But he had participated in it. He helped conceal the first emperor's death. He helped place Huhai on the throne. So the secret that once protected him now trapped him. Silence became his prison. By 208 BCE, the struggle turned openly against Li Si. According to the historical records, Zhao Gao accused Li Si of treason. This was a powerful accusation in a fearful court. It did not need to be proven in public. It only needed to be believed by the emperor. Li Si was arrested. He was imprisoned. He was interrogated under torture. He tried to defend himself. He tried to send his words upward toward the emperor. But the path upward was already controlled. The same system of filtered information that helped create the second emperor's throne now trapped Li Si inside prison. His voice could not reach the emperor without passing through the world Zhao Gao controlled. This is the deepest irony of Li Si's fall. He helped create a system where the name of a dead emperor could issue living commands. Now that same system was used against him. He helped build the trap. Then he fell into it. In 208 BCE, Li Si was executed. The records say he was put to death by waist severing. His family was also destroyed. This was not only the death of one man. It was the removal of one of the last major administrative authorities of the early Qin state. Fusu was dead. The Meng brothers were gone. Now Li Si had fallen. What remained was not a stronger court. It was a narrower court. A court where the emperor heard fewer voices. A court where access mattered more than competence. A court where fear replaced correction. The fall of Li Si tells us something larger about Qin's collapse. The empire did not fall simply because Zhao Gao was cruel. It fell because a system built on absolute command lost the only person who could command it. After the first emperor died in 210 BCE, the empire did not gain a stable new center. It gained a hidden succession, a weak emperor, and a court built on secrecy. From that point, every problem became harder to correct. A general with soldiers could be called a rebel. An old loyalist with memory could be removed. A chancellor who knew too much could be accused of treason. This is how a state loses its ability to repair itself. Not in one moment, but step by step. First Fusu, then the Meng brothers, then Li Si. After Li Si, fewer and fewer voices could bring reality to the throne. So this episode is not only about Zhao Gao betraying Li Si. It is about a trap that began to consume everyone inside it. Li Si helped create the new succession. But once power depended on secrecy, even the creators of that secrecy could not remain safe. A partner in conspiracy is useful at the beginning. Later, he becomes a witness. And witnesses are dangerous. The Trapmaker fell into his own trap. But the trap did not stop with Li Si. After the Chancellor was gone, Zhao Gao stood closer to the Emperor than anyone else. The heir was dead. The old generals were gone. The old loyalists had been silenced. The Chancellor had fallen. Now the second Emperor was surrounded by fewer voices than ever before. And soon, the next question would be darker. What happens when an emperor can no longer see his own empire?
Thanks for watching The Dragon Archive. Every story here begins in the shadows, but returns to the records. If you want more stories from Chinese history, emperors, rebels, assassins, philosophers, and forgotten kingdoms, follow the archive. The past is not gone. It is waiting to be read again.